Wardrobe for the Bass Tour Anglers podcast is provided by Koppel Outfitters. Go have an adventure. Visit them online at www.koppeloutfitters.com and on social media at Koppel Outfitters. This segment of the Bass Tour Anglers podcast is brought to you in part by Top Tier Tackle. With over 30 years of experience in the rod building industry, look for Top Tier's XT, Affinity, and Valor series this fall, wherever fine tackle is sold. Hello everybody, welcome to our Pro Rig segment. Our guest just finished his second season on the BASS Elite Series. He has 24 in the money finishes in only 33 Bassmaster events. He's the 2018 BASS Central Open winner on the Arkansas River. He's got a very cool YouTube channel. You can check him out at H3 Fishing. Welcome to the show, Harvey Horne. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Really looking forward to this segment because for a long time I have been really interested in express boats and the mystique that's behind express boats, the aluminum boat that a few of you guys are out there fishing. But before we get to the boat, let's talk about the tow vehicle. Let us know what you're pulling the boat with and give us all those good details.
Now this year I'm running a 2019 Chevy Silverado 3/4 ton diesel. That diesel has the extra power that I need to get up those hills and mountains that we drive through all over the country. Really comfortable on a long drive. You know, I've got a 22-hour drive to get up to New York, 16 to 18 hours to get down to Florida. And for me, it's been beneficial because I save a lot of gas as for our diesel on those long drives compared to a lot of those gas burners that are out there. It's extremely comfortable, got tons of room in the back. You can see I got the camper shell on it. It literally gives me an extra option to where I can store more gear. I can put all that gear in there for the whole year, run all over the country, not have to worry about it.
Let's take a look at that boat now.
Okay.
How many years have you run an express boat, Harvey?
This is my 4th year in an express boat. I started out, my first express was a 2017 model. Bought it. I fished the opens out of it for 2 years. It was the boat that I won out of in 2018. I qualified for the Elite Series both years out of it. And for me personally, I started out like a lot of guys in a small aluminum boat with a small motor. And to go back and get into another aluminum boat after being in other brands and fiberglass boats made me a lot more comfortable. It really fits my style of fishing. I can get up in those shallow backwaters that I like to fish in. I can get away from the crowds. Sometimes that really makes a big difference when you get to those fish that aren't pressured as much. And going back to an aluminum boat, Express builds, to me, what is the greatest bass boat out there. Not only an aluminum bass boat, but just the best bass boat, period. Our ride is, to me personally, better than anything else on the water. That's one of the reasons why you see other guys coming to our brand, and not just the big time tournament guys, but a lot of the guys that are fishing local club stuff. We've got smaller boats that are really priced right for the average fisherman just to go out and get one to fish local club derbies. And I just love the brand. I love the boat. I love everything about it. I'd never been in an X21. I've been in an X19, the 19-foot model. And the first time I ever rode in an X21 was the one that I bought. And, from the moment I put it in the water and actually got it out, got it broke in and got it on plane, I was sold. It was just an amazing ride. My wife, she's 100% on board with the Express brand. She loves the ride as well as I do. And that makes a big difference when you know your family loves it as much as you do.
My experience with aluminum boats is like you said. My first boat was an aluminum John boat style bass boat, and my recollection of that was I remember I remember rivets that leaked, and I remember tough in the wind, and I remember tough in rough water. Tell us about the hull of this boat.
Our hull is a specific design that Express has built for many years. It's called a hyperlift hull. That hull design gives us that smooth, dry ride, gives us a shallow water capability that no other brands really have. And for me personally, it's just the best thing out there because I get that toughness and strength of the aluminum, the all welded hull. The whole boat's welded together. It's not, there's no rivets in it anywhere. So it's not like it's going to be able to come apart on you like a lot of the older riveted boats would. But our hull design, that hyperlift design, it cuts those waves better than any other boat I've ever been in. And that's glass, that's any other aluminum brand. It just literally rides better to me than anything else out there. You can see that it's been through the ringer this year. I put it through the paces. I'm going to be the guy that uses it as to reference one of the other anglers out there, Mike Iaconelli. He's really, really tough on his equipment. I am too. I'm not quite as tough as Ike is, but I am pretty tough on my stuff. And Express builds a boat that they can handle what I'm going to put it through. And that means a lot to me.
Well, give us the tour. Start at the front and give us the tour.
All righty. Well, we're going to start right up here. Probably one of the most important aspects is my Minn Kota Ultrex. 112 pound thrust Ultrex. That spot lock capability gives me the ability to get out there and spot lock on those spots offshore or those shallow brush piles when I'm a little bit deeper than my talons can reach. It just, power for days. I'm running, 3 12-volt batteries to power it, and I can literally go out there and fish for a couple of days and not have any issues with running out of juice. 2 Solix 12s up front. The clarity that I get from the Mega 360, the down imaging, is just unparalleled in the market right now. We've got some new stuff coming out here pretty soon that somebody leaked on the internet. I won't really get into that right now. That's something we can save for a later date, but I'm really excited to see what we're going to have going into next year on the Elite Series and possibly the Opens as well. Technology these days is getting to the point to where you're going to be able to tell what kind of fish you're throwing at. And for me, that's really exciting because I can already see on my Mega down imaging, I can literally tell you, okay, well, that's a carp, that's a bass, that's a gar. I can see those fish and tell exactly what they are before I ever drop my bait down to them. And that's just a huge benefit because it saves me a lot of time dropping the fish that I don't know what they are. That was something we struggled with 2D for years. Is you would see a fish down there and you could drop to it, but it could be a big crappie. We didn't know. Right. Now we can see exactly what kind of fish it is before we ever drop them.
It's pretty amazing.
One of the other things that I'll talk about while I've got the camera up here, and y'all can see, I'm going to turn it just a little bit. SeaDeck is a big part of Express Boats deal with us. This is my second year running SeaDeck. Amazing product. This is the 9 mil. It's 3 layers. I've got the black, the red, and the gray, or dark charcoal, I think they call it. It's literally like standing on a cloud all day. And for me, that's, I'm a bigger guy and played football and sports in high school. So my body's not quite in the shape it could be if I didn't have all the bumps and bruises from being a little bit wilder in my younger days. The SeaDeck material gives us that extra cushion to stand on all day. Literally, when I get done at the lake, I drive by, car wash, spray it down. By the time I get home, it's dried out. It's just an amazing product. I love running it. We've already got our setup ready to be installed for next year's boat. Going to be a few additions for that, but they're just great people, and they produce a great product along with Express Boats. It's just a win-win for me and the other guys that are running.
Harvey, is is the decking, is that an option with Express boats, or is that an aftermarket thing?
No, it is an option. You can still buy carpet, even though I wouldn't want carpet after having sea deck for 2 years now. But yeah, it's a we're not necessarily getting away totally from carpet because some guys still want that. But this is an option that you can get with any Express boat, and it's just for me personally, it's the only way to go.
So if I'm ordering from the factory, if I'm ordering an Express boat, I can order it with that sea deck on it already.
You sure can.
Oh,
We've
that's
got
awesome.
many color options out there. The lime green is one of the more popular colors right now. We've got the red. I think they've even got a wood type color that really impressed me. I was kind of worried about it the first time I saw it, but when I actually got to see it up close, it really impressed me. It kind of looked like a wood grain, and it was really unique to that boat, and the options that they have are very unique, and they really stand out.
Very cool. All right. Well, don't let me interrupt you anymore. Go ahead and continue.
All right, we'll go to the brain of the boat, I would say. Right over here, we've got two more Solix 12s at the console. There again, the power that Humminbird provides us to be able to find all that offshore, the shallow drops, those little drops. A lot of people don't realize that big signposts in the water, they don't always hold all the fish. It could only be a drop of 8 or 10 inches in shallow water that can hold a lot of fish. And that's something that I've learned through the years by fishing with other anglers as a co-angler. Make sure that you check that subtle stuff. Don't actually just all the time go out and look for the big brush piles. Don't go out and look for those huge shell beds. Look for that subtle stuff sometimes, and it'll really pay off on tough tournaments especially.
Um, are you a hand throttle guy or are you a foot throttle guy?
I actually have a hot foot, yes.
Okay.
TH Marine provides us with some great equipment. The hot foot has been something that I've had now for, let's see, probably about 6 or 7 years. I actually had it in the boat that I had previous to owning an Express, and to me, it's just an added safety feature.
Yeah.
In case something does happen, I come out of the boat, that spring's going to pull back, and that's going to pull the boat back to an idle for whatever reason. If my kill switch doesn't work, I'm one of those guys, if I crank that big motor up, I've always got my life jacket on. So that kill switch is always attached to my life jacket. But I've seen it happen many times in places that it shouldn't. Guys that'll go out, they'll be running around, no life jackets, and there's no point. Just put that life jacket on. It's no different than a seat belt. It's something that could save your life. It only takes just a second to put it on. But that's just an extra safety feature in case, for whatever reason, my kill switch could break or it could pop off my life jacket. It's just one of those safety features that I really like to have in my boats.
Yeah, good idea. All right, we'll continue.
All right, we're going to come back here. Going to give you a little turn. And we have the power plant. Yamaha 250 show. Got a 10-inch Atlas jack plate from TH Marine. Got two 10-foot talons. The talons have been a great addition to the boats that I've run the last couple of years, simply for the fact that I can literally, a lot of guys don't realize how much we actually use them. I don't only use them when I'm out trying to fish a shallow brush pile. When I unload my boat in the morning, I'll pull around to the bank, I'll drop my talons. I don't have to worry about my boat drifting off. If I'm out in deep water, say we're back at the St. Lawrence and I want to slow my drift down some, I'll drop those talons down and they'll give me a little bit of extra resistance in the water to either slow me down or even sometimes speed me up if I'm trying to get that little bit of extra speed in heavy current. Just another great addition. You can see I run the talon covers on mine just to keep them in good condition for the next owner. This boat's already sold to a young gentleman that lives here close to my house. I've been I've been a boat captain for him before when he was a little bitty kid, 7, 8 years old. So
Serena?
it's a really unique experience for me to be able to pass these boats on to new owners.
Okay. Harvey, how about the rod lockers? Could we get a look at those rod lockers? That's something people always want to know about.
Oh yeah. Yeah, let me just climb up in here. We'll have to do some editing here. You see, I've kind of got a little bit of chaos going on in here. But our rod lockers literally have tons of room. I have personally climbed into this rod box.
Yeah.
It goes all the way to the front of the boat. There's nothing in there to stop it. So you could literally put a, 9-foot rod in there with no issues whatsoever. I've got a ton of casting rods in here right now. Just got done last weekend up on Table Rock. My son and his fishing partner had a tournament up there. So they've kind of made a mess of my rods, so to speak. But it's plenty of room for all the rods you want to carry. We'll look in here at the center storage now. Back this up just a little bit more. Get a good look in here.
Oh boy.
All the boxes you need to carry. This is way more than I generally have during tournament days. During practice, what I generally try to do is I'll start out with a ton of tackle. Through the days, through the first day, I'll thin out a little bit. The second day, I'll thin out even more. By the third day of practice, I've only got, 3, 4 boxes in here. It lightens my load, helps me get better gas mileage. And that way I can make those really long runs sometimes that I need to get away from the crowd. Then over here, we've got 2 additional storage boxes. Another dry storage. Get over here, kind of get an idea. Get y'all the close up there, maybe. There's plenty of room. These boats just have so much room in them. 2 storage areas under each seat. Give y'all a look at the live wells here. Then we'll look in the battery compartment. On that. So here's a quick little overview of our live wells. We absolutely have some great live wells in our boats. I'll get you a shot down in there. Got the TH Marine oxygenator over here. Got 2 really big sides over here. It's just one of those great additions that Express has made to keep all of our fish safe and secure on a long day, and really does well keeping those fish alive in rough water. We've had to make a little move to get some different scenery, I guess to say, but Express has done a great job keeping our live wells what we need to keep a large catch of bass or walleye or crappie alive, and they do a great job of putting those together, keeping them sealed up. I'm going to take a look at our battery box now. All right, the battery box back here, you can see I've got 5 batteries. Express has built this boat to give us plenty of room to keep our batteries. I run 2 31 AGMs, and I run 3 lead acids for my trolling batteries. Combined with the great charger that Minn Kota provides us, it's a great setup for us, or me, my personal setup, and just really love the way everything works out in our boats. It's one of those deals that they've really listened to us and done a great job of making the little adjustments that they needed to do to make this really a great boat.
Harvey, thanks so much. I've wanted for so long. I've wanted to talk to somebody about an Express boat, and I feel like first of all, you're a great ambassador for them, and I feel like I know a lot more about them. This is a really impressive boat and motor package that you've shown us. Thanks for doing this today.
It's no problem. It's a joy to me to be able to help people learn about what Express does and how they build their boats. you know, they've been so good to me and my family that we just look forward to helping more people learn about them and get more of their boats out there on the water.
Thanks. Thank you very much. Great. Good luck to you, and we'll talk to you again soon.